G'day guys, welcome to episode 5 of the beginner series. So you can see here we've just finished a 10 run in Giants B12, just over a 1 minute 30 average. This is fairly consistent with that average. Sometimes you're a little bit lower. Let's go through and we'll do another 10 run here while I go through and just show you exactly what we're using and the runes that are still on the units. We're still using the same team that we were using in the last video for our first GB12 team. All we've done now is we've upgraded this with 2Aing the Tartu. She now gets to use the AoE detonate on all the dots, which will clear the waves a lot faster. Also detonates the dots on the mid boss and the final boss to clear them a lot faster as well. All right, let's get started on one of the runs here. I have tried a couple of different variations. You can use the Vero in this team as well. However, I prefer the Fran. I like the immunity from the Fran to prevent the freezing from the golems here instead of the Vero with the pushback. I believe the Vero may be slightly faster though on average, but the Fran here is a bit safer. This team isn't, again, it's not 100%. I have had one fail, but I've been running this for about 200 or 300 runs now. So we're definitely over the 99% mark, which for most areas of PvE in Summoners War, that is good enough. Obviously, you would like to get it to the 100 if you can, but 99% is definitely fine to be farming the majority of the time. Okay, so you can see we get through here. Now, I'll show you some of the runes. I have updated some of the runes already. Like I said, I've been farming this now and running probably 200 or 300 runs, plus probably about 100 runs that we did initially on our slower team. So we've already managed to get some upgrades across some of these units, as well as we've been able to rune up a whole bunch of other things, which we're going to be looking to build next and progress through different areas of the game. Alrighty, on to the final boss here now. So all we're really looking for is 5 dots out of the Melia, and then we just need to wait for the Tartu to get its skill 3 back, which it is only on a 3-turn cooldown, so if it doesn't have it available first turn, it'll definitely have it available the second turn. And I don't think it ever derps. I've never seen it derp, so it's pretty reliable and pretty safe. And there you go, a bit over the 1 minute 30 second average there again. We do have a best time with this team here with 50 seconds already. So already the potential for a sub 1 minute team on this one. Now I'll show you the profile here as well. We've actually managed to finish off a couple of the other dungeons using a variation of the Dots team. Now the Steel Fortress B10 here, I've tried both the Vero and the Fran. I've been doing a little bit of testing with these. Again, the Vero is a little bit faster. However, I would recommend still using the Fran just in case, because you do get the immunity to prevent these stuns in the final stage against the boss. So I would still recommend using the Fran there just for stability, and it's not that much slower. It's about a 1 minute 10 average to 1 minute 15 average for the Steel Fortress. You can see here the Punisher's Crypt as well we've managed to get through. Now, this team here isn't safe. This team isn't very stable at all. I wouldn't recommend farming this just yet, but just to finish off your Summoner's Way challenge, then you can run this and just get it done and get the rewards that you get from completing B10. It might be a little bit safer. I still haven't got my Veramos fully skilled up yet. Once he's fully skilled up, I'll do a bit more testing and I'll let you guys know if that does make it stable enough that you can farm it reliably. And then the last one here is Dragon's B12 as well. So we've actually managed to clear DB12 with using another variation of the Dots team here. We've used the Verd for the lead to give us the extra speed and turn rotation, and the Veramos to be our cleanser to cleanse off the dots, which actually then heals your team, as well as he provides some pushback to try and push back the right hand side crystal so it doesn't put the immunity on the dragon as often. Again, this team here is not safe. This team here is not stable. It is an okay team to use just to get the achievement. All you really want to be doing right now is just keep farming GB12 and spending all of your energy in there so we can start to rune some additional units that we can use in different areas of the game. Okay, let me show you some runes here that we've got now, and I'll show you some of the upgrades that we've been able to make to our Dots team initially, as well as some of the extra couple of units that we've managed to get some sets onto. The one that we've really upgraded here and changed over is the Saf. We've taken him off of the Swift Energy set that we had previously. It will still work with that set. Feel free to still use that set. It's nothing wrong with it at all. I've just changed him over to a Despair Broken set here. This will eventually become a Despair Energy set. I'm looking for a speed slot to Energy rune, and then we can upgrade this one here, giving him a little bit more HP. We're also looking for a Despair HP rune here. You do want to prioritize a HP over defense, but just for the purposes of this, it's still okay. It's still fine. Still doesn't fail. And now we get the extra value of him being on Despair with his AoE skill 2 on a fairly low cooldown as well, just to give us a little bit more control to potentially freeze the waves in both Wave 1 and Wave 2, and also even the side bosses in the mid-boss stage as well. So it's a little bit more RNG that we're trying to stack in our favor to either speed the runs up or make them a little bit safer. Other than that, we haven't really changed any of the other runes on any of the other units. Fran's still on the Swift Energy set. We still have the Violent focus on one Melia, the Despair focus on the other. The only other things that we've runed up here and made some adjustments to is the Lauren. So we managed to pull Lauren from the secret dungeons that was on during the light day over the weekend, and we've put the Swift Energy set onto her on a speed, HP, and accuracy. You see that these runes aren't even maxed here. We'll probably drop that accuracy rune at some point for a HP rune and look for some more accuracy subs instead. But for now, this one's okay, and we can start using this Lauren in some Toa and maybe even some more Toa hard stages, as well as Lauren, Fran, and Verd are a pretty strong combo to be using in the Dimensional Hole dungeons wherever you're available to use those three. So we'll be using those as our Dimensional Hole farmers now, so we can start running some B5 Dimensional Hole just to really increase the overall value of our Dimensional Hole energy that we're using. The other one we've got runed up here is the Spectra or the Fire Griffin. We've managed to just put a Swift Blade set on him on a HP, crit damage, and accuracy again for now. We'll be looking to change that one out, as well as get a couple of upgrades to try and get a little more crit rate on him, and then we can start to use him again in the Toa and Toa hard stages. We are looking for some upgrades onto the Verd. We'll eventually try and get him onto a crit damage build, but we'll see how we're going with runes here. There's nothing really that we need to upgrade right now. All we need to be doing right now is just keep farming GB12 and just stacking as many runes as we can, so when we go to build some extra units, the runes are there and we can do some upgrades and get through the content fairly easily. Now, the other thing that I did is, because we have the anniversary, 8-year anniversary going on right now, I purchased 50 of the Hero Plus runes. So let's go check them out and see what we get. Okay, so these are the 50 runes that we've got here. It looks like there's a whole bunch of ones that are not typically the ones that we're looking for. Some accuracy, some tolerance runes, those sorts of things. These determination runes, though, they could be crucial in helping us build our Trikaru. We'll have a look through all of them here. Some of the fight runes are going to be pretty good as well, because they're kind of rare to get. Hopefully we get a nice bunch here that we can keep. We may just keep that one just for now, because shield runes do come in handy, especially in PvE content. This one here, a nice damage dealing rune. It's got all the three main stats that we're looking for when you're trying to build a damage dealer with attack percent, crit rate, and crit damage. Determination rune, we'll definitely be keeping this one, especially a slot 1. This is a free slot for if you're trying to build your Trikaru. There is no defense percent on this rune, so basically any substat is okay. This one here has speed, so we'll be rolling that for the potential for a quad speed rune. Again, this is actually another really good potential Trikaru rune. So we're looking for some extra slot 2, 4, and 6 defense percent determination runes, and then we already have a determination set ready to go that we can put on our Trikaru as soon as it's built. Okay, another slot 1 here. So we've got lots of slot 1s. All right, so that's our 3 slot 1s for the determination set that's going on our Trikaru, already sorted, and they're all actually pretty good with their substats as well, so that's not too bad. This one here could potentially be used for the Trikaru broken rune with a defense percent. Any purple rune that has a defense percent, or legend rune that has defense percent on slot 3 and 5, keep it and roll it just in case it rolls a triple or a quad for the defense percent, and then you can use it as a broken rune on your Trikaru. Defense percent, we may just hold on to this one just for now. It also has the flat defense here, so again with the Trikaru, looking for a slot 2, 4, and 6 defense percent rune, but that also has flat defense as a substat, so you can potentially get some extra defense out in that way. We'll be keeping all fight runes at this point no matter what. Doesn't matter what fight rune you get, what quality it is, keep it. Every single one at this point of the game. Okay, so a crit damage with speed, this is a great rune. Out of those, we got a whole bunch that we actually kept. Well, now we have to roll all them obviously before we then make the final decision on which ones we do keep and don't keep, but there's a lot of potential there for either future progress and potentially some upgrades on some of the units that we have built already. Alrighty guys, well that's your first GB12 actual fast team ready to go now. If you are going to remain free to play, this team will be fast enough to deplete all of your crystals, so you can spend all of your crystals on energy refreshes, and then you will be farming at the exact same rate as an endgame free to play player. I'll make another video in the near future with sort of what your next moves are going to be, but for now, keep farming these runes, keep redoing your Toa. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.